and stay lean for life. Real stuff, no BS, no fluff, just the honest to God's truth on how to get in shape, how to use fitness to enhance all parts of your life. And today we're wrapping it up with day number 5. Now, yesterday we had some technical difficulties, so didn't do day number 4, but we're going to cover day number 4 and 5 today. We're going to just go back to back, baby. Movement and meaning. Those are the final 2 pillars of the Maximize method. We talked about the first 3 already. So if you're jumping on the live and you're out there, you're chilling, whatever you're doing, let me know you're out there. Just leave a thumbs up, drop a live in the comments, and we're going to get this party started. The first 3 pillars that we covered already were mindset. Okay, we talked about our brain, the mindset we got to have going into a transformation to stay in shape, all that good stuff. We also talked about macros, okay, our nutrition. Obviously, a huge component to fitness and health. It's probably the biggest piece in terms of what people struggle with besides mindset. Mindset and macros are the 2 big ones. And then we talked about muscle. We talked about training, why everybody should train the muscles that they have, get them stronger, get them more functional, keep them healthy, keep the joints healthy, all that good stuff. We covered that, which is a huge one. And today, like I said, we're covering movement and we're covering meaning. We're going to start with movement, aka cardio, and why it's important to move your body every single day. Okay? Every single day. So I'm going to give, because I'm ready to get started, but I'm going to give everybody a chance to jump on. So give it about 10 seconds or so. While you're waiting for me to get started, let me know you're out there. Just say what's up. Whether you're watching live or you're watching on the replay, drop a comment below. Let me know you're out there. This will help me get a gauge for who cares about this stuff, okay? So we're going to give it about 5 seconds and we're going to jump in to the movement. Okay, so let's talk about the truth about cardio, aka movement, moving your body, getting your heart rate up, get a little sweat going, getting a little out of breath at times. Why is it important? Well, to keep it simple, we're given a body for a reason. We're not meant to be stationary or sedentary. We're meant to move. Otherwise, we wouldn't have feet, toes, legs, all that stuff that actually propels us around. We are built for movement. Our bodies are a vessel to move. I mean, that's the truth. So if we don't move, well, bad things happen. We start to lose our health. We start to feel like crap. Our energy goes down and we gain weight, which ultimately makes us feel even worse, makes us mentally beat ourselves up. And movement can solve a lot of that, all right? Every single day, I believe without a shadow of a doubt, we should move our body, even if it's just a quick, brisk walk. In fact, walking is one of the most underrated forms of cardio out there. Does it burn 1,000,000 calories? No. But it does a lot of things outside of burning calories. Yes, it burns calories. It burns more calories than just sitting on your couch. That is 1,000% true. But we're going to break down how to look at cardio and how to start measuring your movement. So let's talk about the first piece in what you need to understand about cardio. The big thing you need to understand about cardio is something called NEAT. That's NEAT, and it stands for non-exercise activity thermogenesis. This is all the movement you do every day outside of your workout. So forget about the workout. This is all the movement you do in your daily life, whether it's standing up, sitting down, walking, climbing, all that good stuff is considered part of your NEAT. We all have a specific amount of NEAT that we do every day. And the good news is you can increase your NEAT by simply moving more, parking further away when you go somewhere, walking around your neighborhood, chasing after your kids, running after your spouse naked. Whatever you want to do, NEAT is something you need to pay attention to because that is going to dictate how many calories you burn outside of your workout, which of course is a big deal when you're trying to lose weight. We talked about this before. In order to lose fat, you need to burn more calories than you eat. So how do you do that? Well, you increase your NEAT. If you want to eat, increase your NEAT. That's the slogan that I want you to remember. If you're going to want to eat, you're going to want to NEAT. Super simple. So how can we increase our NEAT? I talked about a few things already. We can start to be just more proactive with movement. We can go for a walk every day. We can be on the phone and walking at the same time. We can hop on a treadmill or a bike and knock out emails while we're moving. You can get creative here, but this is important to understand because most people think that they're active every day, when in reality, they're pretty sedentary. If you're not moving enough, you're not going to be burning enough calories to lose fat. Or you're going to have to really lower the amount of food you eat to be in a caloric deficit, which totally sucks. You don't want to be eating tiny amounts of food, starving yourself to try to lose weight. You'd much rather be active and be able to eat a healthy amount, enjoy the process, and still see results, okay? So that is NEAT. It's important to understand. Let's talk about the second thing you need to understand when it comes to movement, how to actually measure how much movement you do every day. You ready? Let's jump into point number 2. Give me a thumbs up. What's up? What's up? I see some people out there checking it out. Make sure you say hi. I will be taking questions at the end, so if you have questions, you can start to post them now. I'll be checking at the end. Let's talk about point number 2, which is how to measure your movement. Give me a thumbs up if you want to cover that. If you want to know how to measure your movement every day, give me a thumbs up. Okay, how to measure your movement every day. What is the best way to track whether or not you're moving enough throughout the day? Simple, simple, simple. Track your steps. Track how many steps you take every day. This will make things so simple for you, and it will help you measure things accurately, or at least consistently, okay? All we got to do is use our smartphone, carry it with us where we go, and track our steps, okay? Tracking your steps is going to ensure that you hit a specific goal every day for activity, all right? Most people have no idea how many steps they take every day. And those of you who are tracking your steps, props to you for doing it, because it will help you, especially if you have a goal of losing weight or getting in better shape. This will help you avoid having to do enormous amounts of boring cardio, okay? The best way to track your steps is by wearing a smartwatch that tracks your steps. The second best way is the phone, okay? There's an app on the phone called Pedometer. It's free, Pedometer, Pedometer. Or you can use the health app that tracks your steps whether you realize it or not, as long as you're carrying your phone most places, okay? If you don't carry your phone anywhere and you just leave it at home or you leave it in your car, well, it's probably not going to track your steps that accurately. But you can wear a watch. I'm not wearing mine right now, but I do have a Fitbit. I have a Garmin, both of which, even an Apple Watch, all track your steps. Most of the world today is starting to move to smartwatches, so you can use a watch, or you can just use your phone, or you could literally go on Amazon and buy a pedometer and keep it in your pocket. That'll track your steps as well, okay? What is a good goal to shoot for with steps? It depends. My suggestion is to track your steps for a few days, see where you are right now. Then start to add to that, okay? Ultimately, I like to be right around 10,000 steps per day on average. That might mean 8,000 steps one day, 12,000 steps the next, but 10,000 on average is where I like to be. Most of my clients shoot for anywhere from 8,000 to 12,000 steps a day. It's important to just know where you are. That way, you don't have to sit on the treadmill, sit on a bike for 45 minutes because you're sitting around all day. Just move more, walk more. That will help you not only measure what you're doing, but also enjoy the process as well. So we got one more point when it comes to movement, and that is the types of cardio. Okay, this will be very quick, give you just a quick rundown of what you can think about when it comes to cardio. And we'll cover that. All right, so 3 types of cardio that I like to build into my program right now. You can use this or not, but you can pick one, you can pick 2, pick all 3. The first one is just walking. Super low intensity cardio. This is what I do mostly, to be honest. Walking doesn't spike my appetite. It doesn't burn a tremendous amount of calories where I'm super hungry. It doesn't tire me out. In fact, it makes me feel better, gives me more energy. And so I like to walk a lot, 8 to 10, maybe 12,000 steps a day, right? Second type is more moderate cardiovascular, moderate intensity cardio, things like running or jogging. Okay, I do this once or twice a week, may even hop on my bike, go for a longer bike ride. Heart rate is still relatively moderate. It's not super high, which I'll cover in a second. Another type of cardio, the third type, but this is just kind of moderate cardio. You don't need to do this kind. I like it because I like to work on my endurance a little bit as well. I enjoy running a couple times a week. So if you enjoy running, cool. You don't have to run. Running is not required for burning fat. I just wanted that to be clear, but it can be fun. And there are activities you can do like races, Spartan races, 10Ks, that kind of stuff, where if you want to challenge yourself and you want to run, or you can even bike like a triathlon or a duathlon or all that good stuff, just mixing it up, staying fit, okay? Third type of cardio is high intensity interval training. This is where you are going all out for 10 to 20, 30 seconds. Heart rate is jacked up. We're talking getting close to your max heart rate. And then taking time to recover, bringing the heart rate back down, and then doing it again. Something like sprints or workouts of the day, like WODs, where you're like, feel like you're going to puke. Do I do a lot of this? Not really. Maybe once or twice a week. Does it work? Absolutely. It works. Okay. Some weeks I won't do it, to be honest. So maybe if I'm looking at a month time frame, I might do high intensity interval training 2 to 4 times. Okay. This is not required either for fat loss. Does it work? Sure. Does it work better than just walking? I don't think so. For most people, this is not required. If you are looking to up your athletic game or you just want to challenge yourself, by all means do it. Okay. Sometimes I build it into clients' programs because they can handle it and they like it. All right. Those are the types of cardio. So that is movement. My suggestion, once again, move your body every single day. You don't have to lift every day. You don't have to go run every day. You don't have to do any kind of crazy high intensity interval training every day, but it is a good idea to walk every single day. That is movement. We've covered it. Now let's talk about meaning. Give it a few minutes, a few seconds, and we're going to cover meaning and why it's important to have a why behind all of this. Has this been helpful so far? Appreciate you guys sticking with me. It's a little bit longer of a live today. I know attention spans might be waning, but hey, for those of you who care, for those of you who give a crap, I love you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's talk about meaning, the final pillar and the 5 maximize method pillars of getting lean and staying lean for life. Okay, so meaning, why you're doing something. We all need to have a why behind this, okay? We all need to have a why. Why helps propel us forward, all right? In times where we don't want to do things, in times where we're struggling, in times where we get discouraged, we need to have a powerful reason for doing what we do. And guess what? Having a why doesn't necessarily come naturally to all of us. And guess what? We often forget why we do things. So guess what? It's important to remind yourself why you care about this stuff. And it's also important to challenge yourself to explore why this stuff even matters. Why is it important for you to get in shape? Why is it important for you to lose weight? Why is it important for you to take care of yourself? What do you want to do with your life? What do you want people to remember you by? What do you want your kids to remember you by? What do you want your spouse to think of you? What do you want your coworkers or your employees or your business partners to think of you? What kind of example do you want to set? What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? When people talk about you, do they want to talk about you in this way, or do you want them to talk about you in that way? Do you want to die young, or do you want to live a longer time? It's important to explore this stuff. Let me give you an example of a conversation I had with someone who joined our coaching program recently. Came to me and he said, hey, I want to lose 20 pounds. And I'm sick of being overweight. I'm sick of trying everything and not getting results. I need to lose 20 pounds. And I said, well, why? Why do you want to lose 20 pounds? He said, well, I feel like crap and I don't like the way I look. So I want to lose 20 pounds. I said, cool. Well, what does that causing? What is this feeling of not being in shape and not liking the way you look and feeling like crap? What does that lead to? And he said, well, honestly, it leads to a lot of self-destructive behavior. I said, what do you mean? He said, well, I drink too much when I get depressed and I feel run down. I said, well, what does that lead to? And he said, well, it leads to arguments with my spouse. I said, okay, so arguments with your spouse, what could that lead to? And he said, well, it could lead to me getting a divorce. I said, okay, so what would getting a divorce mean to you? He said, well, it would mean that my kids don't have a family that is together and loving. And I said, wow, so getting in shape could ultimately get to a point where you destroy the family you've worked so hard to get. Is that what I'm hearing? He said, yeah. I said, well, what could that lead to? What else could happen? He said, well, a lot of money could go down the drain, hiring a lawyer, having to pay child support. He's like, I love my wife. I love my kids. I don't want to be that guy that doesn't take care of himself, which leads to me feeling unhappy, which leads to a divorce, which leads to losing money, which leads to my business potentially going under, and so on and so on. And then lives that I would impact in a negative way from having to fire people and lay people off. And I said, wow, okay. So I started to think about it. I said, man, getting in shape or not getting in shape, both could lead to some pretty unreal results, both positive and negative. So here's the thing. If we explore why we want to get in shape, sometimes this can be a challenge to a lot of us because we don't want to go too deep, right? We don't want to think too deep or too far in the future, or we don't want to think about consequences. We don't want to think about what could happen. But in reality, we got to start thinking about this. And I'm going to share with you my why right now, my meaning for what I do, because I think this will be powerful and I think it'll help you understand why it's so important. So I want to be in shape because I want to look good on the surface. I want to look good, I want to feel good, and I want to live a long time. Those three things are important to me. But why are they important? Well, I want to look good so that I am an attractive partner to my spouse. I also want to be a shining example for what's possible for those of us who don't have superior genetics, who don't come from money or come from a great bloodline of just warrior beast shredded guys, right? Or people who are in shape, who just have it all, right? I didn't have that, but I want to be an example of someone who could do that, be a self-made person. And it starts with my health and fitness. I know that I perform better in all my other parts of my life when I work out, when I eat healthy, when I control my calories. And so the other parts of my life that I care tremendously about are being a great dad and being a great husband, because I come from many generations of that not being the case. My dad was an alcoholic and an abuser. His dad was the same. My mom's father, my grandfather, was also that way. I don't want to do that. I don't want to repeat history. I don't want my kids to suffer like I did, okay? And I know that it all starts with taking care of myself from a mental and physical standpoint. Looking a certain way, getting attention, and then being able to deliver a helpful message to people who care. That is my why. And I want to die a man who took care of his family, who loved his family, who loved his boys. And I get emotional thinking about it because this is something that I didn't get to experience, and that I won't look back on my father and say those things. He probably won't look back on his father and say those things either. So I want to change history. And I know this world needs more good people. We need more people who care, right? I mean, look around. We have chaos in the world today. Imagine if everyone took care of themselves, everyone worked out, everyone thought about their mental health, everyone loved each other, everyone was a good neighbor, a good brother, a good friend. The world would be an amazing place. There will always be imperfections, right? So this isn't about being perfect. This isn't about striving for perfection. This is about striving for improvement. This is about becoming a better version, learning, growing as you go along through life, and not being okay with just the status quo. And so that is why I do this stuff, right? This is why I get up and I go work out, even if it's just for 10 minutes, even if I have a terrible workout, like I did this morning. My workout this morning was not good, but I got it done, 30 minutes. And I walked out of there with my head high, knowing I gave my best that day. Today, tomorrow is a new day, but I'm not going to have tomorrow if I don't take care of myself. At some point, my health would deteriorate, and I'll be looking in the mirror wondering, what if? I don't want to get to the end of my life and have regrets. And I know you don't want to either. And health is the biggest asset that we have so that we can go out and be who we want to be to the people we care about. That is my why, all right? That is what is in here. But guess what? I don't remember that every single day. So it's important to have a routine of reminding yourself of why you do what you do, why it's important to lose that weight. When you want to reach for that cheeseburger, why you go to the store and you buy healthy cheeseburger ingredients and you make a calorie-friendly cheeseburger. Why do you do that? So here's the deal. You got to set a reminder every day. So what I do is I take my phone and I write a note, okay, of why I want to do things. And I remind myself, I set a reminder every day when I wake up and before I go to bed to read what I wrote. Why is it important? I got to get fired up, okay? I got to get excited about my why. And you got to do the same thing. So part of our 5 Maximize Method pillars is meaning. We got to have that. We got to have that fuel driving us forward. All right. And that's what your why is. It's just fuel. Okay. It's fuel to keep you moving forward. Hope that made sense. I appreciate you listening and hopefully getting some inspiration to do the same. And yeah, so someone asked, I'll take some questions now. So someone asked, what is maintenance calories? Maintenance calories is just the amount of calories required to maintain your weight. And everybody has a different maintenance level. My maintenance level is around 3,000 to 3,200 calories a day. It's not super high. I mean, it's kind of high. It's not terribly low. But I know some people who have a much faster metabolism. Let's see. What else we got? Make sure I don't have any questions that I missed. Guys, go ahead and ask any questions you have now, and I'll make sure I answer them all. Any questions besides the maintenance calories one? I did answer which app is best for tracking steps already, Pedometer or the health app on the iPhone. Both tremendous. What other questions do you have? Ask them now or forever hold your peace. If there's no questions, I'm going to wrap this up. We did a long live today, so I appreciate you guys staying strong. For those of you who tuned in and listened, thank you so much. This wraps up our 5-day Lean for Life course. My invitation to you moving forward, okay, is I want to invite you to apply for our True Transformation Coaching Program. Okay, sorry, I lost my train of thought. I'm going to put the link on the screen right now so you can check it out. If you're interested, just understand that this is for people who are dead serious about putting skin in the game. Okay, let's see if we can get that on the screen. There we go. So for those of you who want to put skin in the game, who want some accountability, who want to get direction on this stuff, go to thetruetransformation.com/transform. Okay, I put the link on the description there. You might have to put that last /2 just to make sure the link is there. But go check it out if you haven't already. That's our program that we offer, our coaching program to help you build a program that makes sense for you. And we use the 5 pillars that we talked about this week to build around your specific needs, okay? That is the link. And then the one question that I just realized I missed, more important, weights or cardio if having to choose. Man, putting me on the spot. I would say weights are more important because you can still build some cardiovascular work into a weight training program, all right? I hate having to choose because I think they're both important, but weights can be more versatile, so you can build some cardiovascular work into your weight training program without having to do cardio, if that makes sense. All right. So I'm going to let you guys get back to your lives. Thank you so much. If this helped, please let me know. Drop a thumbs up, drop a boom in the comments. Let's go, baby. Talk to you.